Hey everybody, sorry it's been a little while since I've done a video here, but YouTube's little, killing off of the smaller channels thing that they did kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit and made me kind of not really want to do any videos or anything because I was like, well, what's the point? Because I appreciate everybody who's newly subscribed and the small YouTuber army hashtag on Twitter. That was really, really cool. I've been seeing some new subscribers coming in from that, so thank you for that, and I appreciate it. But I'm sorry it's been a while, but I definitely do want to get back into it. Maybe I won't be posting as frequently, but I do want to get back into it because I miss doing little reviews and vlogs and all that kind of thing. So, I figured why not? I'll get back into it, and if I get the right amount of subscribers and people checking out my channel, then cool. And if not, whatever. It's still fun, and I'm still going to do it. So, thank you for those that are here and sticking it through with me. So, there are some things I can review, and I'm going to be going on a little trip next month. I'm going up to Toronto, so maybe I'll do a video about that. But either way, I appreciate you guys hanging in. So, without further ado, I'm actually going to talk about a new camera that I purchased some time ago called a SeaLife DC2000, and here it is. I'm actually doing a little two-camera review here. I've got my I picked up a well, I'll tell you about the other camera I have here in a little bit, but I want to show you this because this is an interesting little camera. It is basically marketed as a kind of an intermediate underwater camera, and what I mean by that is it can function in fully automatic mode, and you can just kind of point and shoot and take pictures of fish and everything and be totally simple with it. Or you can go and do some manual stuff with it if you want to go down that path. So it gives you the flexibility of doing either. So what I'm going to talk about is sort of my experiences with it and sort of what I liked and what I didn't quite like about it, and let you guys know. So if you are looking for an underwater camera, this one might be a good fit for you. So first and foremost, it's got kind of the basic point and shoot kind of form factor to it. So a nice big screen on the back, no viewfinder. So if you do like to shoot with a viewfinder, you're going to be out of luck on that. But it's got a very easy to read screen on the back. The controls are very logically laid out, and it depending on which kit you purchase, I believe they all come with the underwater housing. But even if you didn't use the housing, this camera by itself is waterproof down waterproof down to 60 feet. So if you're just a basic open water scuba diver, you can still use this in water up to 60 feet. So that's pretty cool. The housing will give you protection down to I think 130 feet or 140, whatever that is. But it'll give you additional waterproof protection. So pretty easy layout on the back. Nothing really crazy there. First thing I noticed though, there's no zoom control because this camera does not have a zoom lens. The camera has a fixed focal length lens, so it means that if you want to take pictures of fish, you've got to get super up close and personal with said fish in order to snap their pictures. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, the camera does shoot 1080p 60 video. You can do 1080p 60, 1080p 30, and then I think 720, 30, and 60. But it shoots high def video as well as pictures. So I'm going to put a few sample pictures right here that I took with this on my last dive a couple of weeks ago. I was doing underwater photographer training, so I used this for that. And overall, I was pretty happy with it. But things I didn't really like about it, number one, no zoom lens. So I had to get real close to the fish I was taking pictures of, which meant that I was kind of hit or miss as to whether I was going to get them or not. Second thing I didn't like was there's a bit of a lag with this. Now, being that I have experience as a photographer and I've been taking pictures for a while, I prefer to have the option of shooting in RAW. Now, this camera does give you the option of shooting in RAW, but it only gives you RAW plus JPEG or JPEG only. So I did not see an option in the menu to shoot RAW only, which basically meant that after every single picture, there was at least a 5 to 7 second delay while it wrote the picture to the card. So it basically meant that I missed a lot of shots, and I really didn't like that. So that was a real problem, and a real reason why I don't want to continue using this camera as an underwater, camera. Now, if you're a casual shooter, if you're just shooting JPEGs and RAW is not really a major factor for you, that may not be a problem for you. If you're shooting just JPEGs, I'd imagine delay is going to be a lot less or even non-existent. But for my needs, it was too much, so I missed a lot of shots. Now, as far as the build quality is excellent. I mean, it's very, very durable. It does feel like it's built with some plastic, but it also has some metal elements to it. There's a connection right here where you can attach I had a key ring attached to a little clip that I used to clip this to my BCD, or I had the housing clip to my BCD, but you can attach the camera by itself to your BCD if you're going to just go shallow. But the build quality on this is excellent, so I have no qualms about that. And if you were looking for an underwater camera for just fun casual pictures, if you were going to be taking pictures in the pool or going to the beach and you wanted something waterproof, this thing's great. It's totally fine. If you're just shooting JPEGs, like I said, but there's that lag was an issue for me. It's a decent camera for what it is. Now, this came in a kit that was about $1,200, which came with a camera, a video light, and a strobe for pictures. I'm using those with my other camera, which is actually what's recording this close-ups right here, which is a Sony RX100. I'm actually going to use that for underwater photography moving forward, since it's a much faster camera and has a little bit more resolution and quality for what I'm looking for. But this is a great way to start out, and a great little kind of tough camera to just kind of get your feet wet, so to speak, with underwater photography. So I hope this review makes sense, and I hope you guys get something out of it. If you have any questions, feel free to send them on to me. I'll be happy to do my best to answer them. And other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and thank you very, very much once again for tuning in.